Riggs Eckelberry, ladies and gentlemen, CEO of OriginOil, part of our Small Caps for People Too segment. We've been following this company around. In fact, we've been actually stalking them for a better part of a year now. OriginOil, breakthrough water cleanup technology for oil and gas, algae, and other water-intensive industries. OriginOil.com is their website. OOIL is their stock symbol. And, of course, Riggs Eckelberry. How are you, sir? Good to talk to you today.
Doing great. Thank you very much.
Boy, I'll tell you, there's so many things I can talk about with you guys, but I think the number one thing has got to be this algae play, huh, Riggs? This is turning into something that's exciting for you folks.
It's crazy. The National Algae Association, as we announced a couple months ago, decided that our harvester is the standard for algae harvesting inexpensively, high speed, low energy, without chemicals. And so we loaned them a machine, and they've been demoing it every Friday. In fact, there's some pictures of this little machine being put through its paces. And, they're small machines because it takes a lot of algae to run a big machine. And this is how you demonstrate.
Riggs, let me ask you something. When you talk about, so the award you got was the algae harvester?
Exactly.
Is that what we're looking at here on the screen here? We're looking at this the actual algae harvester,
or is that him?
No, that's so this machine,
look at that,
is now the industry standard for harvesting algae, or is it's on the way there?
Exactly. Well, the NAA, National Algae Association, has adopted it as part of their demonstrating ways to grow, ways to harvest, etc. And so we're the harvester in that sort of demonstration lineup when people visit. Wow. There's classes that visit, there's entrepreneurs, and as you see, it's the fine state of Texas.
Yeah.
And we get
he's thinking of doing a shooter right here, I think, if he's not mistaken. Look at that, bring that back
for
to the
our radio
house.
audience. What you're looking at is before and after of the EWS Algae A12 machine.
And these are some shots of prospective algae entrepreneurs being shown this machine.
Yeah.
And
I want to be
and
one.
Seeing how wonderful it is.
It's cranking out a load,
wow.
just massive amounts of just green.
Algae.
It looks like that stuff they pour on kids in those game shows.
Now that's how it starts, right?
Slime.
Right. Riggs, it starts out as this sort of slimy algae thing, but that's from there. Then you make pellets out of it. You make fish feed out of it. You can make stock feed. You can make fuel out of it. So this is the basic material, right?
We call it an intermediate feedstock. In other words, the primary feedstock is, of course, the green water that people grow.
Right.
That's useless. Yeah. This is the intermediate feedstock, which is concentrated enough so you can do things like centrifuge it further, dry it out, add it to things, throw it into a fuel conversion unit, etc. This is the standard, the slime that everything's based on.
How about a big protein shake? I mean, I throw kale into mine in the morning. This is so green and good looking.
Hey, can I ask you this, Riggs? Riggs Eckelberry, of course, CEO of OriginOil, OOIL, OriginOil.com is the website. You know what? The algae play is how you guys started as a business. And did you guys didn't start as an algae harvester, did you? You came out to clean up algae out of water, correct?
Well, initially we had ambitions to do all kinds of things with algae. We were going to help have technology to help grow it faster, to feed it CO2, which it feeds on CO2, all these technologies, and they were all great. But we found your home run is what you focus on, right?
Yeah.
And I've got a quote right here. In marketing, we must always push harder toward the largest bulk of future business. It's right here by my desk. So we realized that harvesting was our strength. The world needs it, and it's become our focus.
The harvesting turns into eventually a commodity, Riggs, with respect to this feed. Now, right. Every other one of your models is a licensing model. This is a different departure for you folks, or is it? What does that model look like for I guess future expansion and of course scalability on that product?
Well, we've already built a much larger algae machine. The one you see in these pictures is really just what we call a hot dog cart, and that's useful for demonstrations. But we've built. You saw the one we launched for a bunch of officials in the Salton Sea, but. Our model remains licensing. These are potential licensees. Also, we're interested in selling systems, but only to customers who will help us demonstrate new, interesting applications. Let's say, wow, a new way to make fuel. Fine, you want to try that out, we'll sell you a machine. and ultimately there'll be a licensee. So it's always about licensing. And remember that next week, Nicholas Eckelberry is in Seville.
The mad
speaking.
scientist.
There he goes. I just saw
He
him
just
walk
walked
behind.
He just walked
He just
behind you in a
went by.
towel. He was only wearing a towel, Riggs. I don't know what's going on up there
That's
at the,
weird.
At the world
All right.
headquarters.
There they are.
Oh, there speaking of Nick Eckelberry, here he comes into the picture.
Out of the lab. There he
Yes,
is.
there he is.
The mad
Yeah,
scientist.
that's given me a lot of confidence as an investor, by the way. I have to tell you. Hey, Rick, so where is he at next week?
Let's see, he's in Seville, and he will be.
Yeah.
And what goes on there?
Be, speaking on algae, the algae for food revolution, for feed. Sorry, so it's feed the world,
Get it?
right?
Who thought of that one? You or him?
Unfortunately, it was
Riggs
me.
is the creative genius behind. We all know that Riggs is the creative genius behind OriginOil, right,
Who
Riggs?
came up with that?
No, I'm the corny one.
Okay. Thank you, buddy. I appreciate that. Riggs Eckelberry, CEO OriginOil. We'll see you in studio next week. Tell him to put something on.
Besides a towel.
Big
You'll be
Biz
in
Show.
Seville.